Sivarama Prasad from IARE. As a visiting faculty, I am delivering this small lecture. It is a general one. How we can see some of the daily life events into a collaboration and joint works. How much joy and how much there is a joy in joining and mixing. How it is useful if you see in the new era of the future, what market needs, what people desires. If you see, they're totally unexpected. They are moving in a different ways. You are not able to predict. It is something like you just have to give what they want, what market wants. So from a limited things, it is going into unlimited things. And also from simple, it is going to a complex one. And the most important one is the speed and with which they want is in the fast track. So when you want to do like that, you have to be a god. Whatever you want, I'll give just by magic. But with a single man and a single entity, it is humanly impossible. So what you have to do is you have to build skills and you have to become specialized. You have to become complex, and the industry is searching what to do and is trying to take support of the technology, people, skills, and is doing a lot of experiments, initiatives, whatnot. Everything is doing. But in this time, why not we look at some of the daily life events and learn from them how to join or how to mix, how to collaborate and work jointly and enjoy the life. So there are a few things, something like dissolve and evolve, and you become a super specialist. Or sometimes you be a diversified and all in one. Or sometimes work as an entity, unite with specialist on need basis. That means take the help only on the need basis. Or in a very big way, become a big corporate or big entity, a single entity where you find solutions for everything. That is a spread and grow. So with these, instead of complicating our own self, why not you work together and then serve the needs? That is with that concept. What is happening is industry is looking at a combination of in-house and outsourcing or joint ventures. So what type of things will go in-house is man-machine interactive automation, some regular works, some repetitive works, or some routine jobs. They can be easily automated or programmed and get into a mode where you don't need too much of human judgmental. It can be more of instruction or de-skilled operations where a computer or a system or a robot, it will take care of. And there you can employ a normal, a fresher or a trained one or a mature and social. I mean, you can upgrade the skills and take them. These things will become a common thing. That means in-house operate. Whereas outsource, any special skills, a highly time-oriented repair and maintenance, troubleshooting, these type of things, they take a lot of time and also a lot of skill, energy, everything. Such things you engage or you take an outside specialist and do it on assignment basis or agreement basis or time-bound tie-ups. You see, for example, like a doctor, law, mechanic, architect, all these things. For this, few examples from the daily life we will take it. How well they explain. You take for milk. You take, for example, a milk, a coconut water, or a honey, or a sugar. They mix so well and they dissolve and they become a single entity. And they give so much of taste to you, which as an individual, milk or coconut water or sugar, they cannot be able to give when they mix in a proper way. they become a superb drink. So this is something like you dissolve, and that means you lose your identity and gives a different shape and a different joy, different taste to the user. Same way, get into a super specialty professional. That means he will upgrade the skills. He will get into application skills. He is the designer. He is the promoter. He is the creator. So everything in one man, they can grow. This is one type of activity. That means SME or CSD, why we call it is subject matter expert and a computer science special. So these two put together, we call it as subject special and application special. When they join, that means when they join in a single individual, it becomes like a drink like this. But it is not possible always. You see, another one, water, coffee powder, milk, sugar, when they join, they become totally a different one, all in one. But they lose their individual identity. You cannot see milk separately, or you cannot see coffee separately, or you cannot see water separately. But when they mix, they become such a nice drink, which means it is a standard one. Coffee never knew it. It will taste so nice and sweet before it met sugar and milk. We are also like that. We are very good as individuals, but we become better when we blend with the right people. So, you apply this into the industry. What happens is you select different people, but you create an industry. That is what happens in auto, appliance, or pharma. Different types of people will join together, different experts, but when they join, they lose their identity. But it becomes a big industry like automobile, appliance, pharma. This is one type of mixing. And you see another one. This is like a rice flour and a water mix. When you mix it, when it is very thin, it looks like milk, but it settles down separately and water will get separated, that rice flour will get separated. But when it is thin, you can use it for a purpose. As you differentiate with the thickness and thin, you can use it for different purposes by applying different heats, different things. So here what is the mixing together is, it is a time bound or need based. That means I will mix with you whenever there is a need and I will move out whenever there is no need. So this gives a different skill and different concept. That's why an amateur or an experienced person taking help of a specialist. When there is a need, he will call him. When there is no need, he will just handle with himself. That is like clinics, tuition centers, design centers, where it is mostly on a single assignment or an agreement basis. Whenever the purpose is over, they just separate out. But they are on agreement basis. So this is one type of mix. And this type of mix, only with some external energy, they become together. Otherwise, they always independently work. That means their identity they will not lose. This is not a very common one, but it helps at some areas. But the most important and the beautiful one is milk, curd, coconut water, sugar, and varieties of fruits. In our in most of the languages of temples and all, we call it as panchamritam. It is one of the best mix. Some dissolve together, some lose identity, some will have their identity, but still they all give as a single corporate one, giving one of the best taste in the world. This power of mix and join together is each item, sometimes they stand alone, sometimes they mix, sometimes they dissolve, and Some they lose identity also, like sugar and coconut water, they lose their identity. But the curd and milk, they mix so well, it becomes as a single. And the fruits and all, they retain their identity, but they add value to the single mix. This is where most of the hospitals, specialty centers, healthcare, and these big industries, they bring it. That means they mix amateurs, freshers, specialists working together and different areas. They bring it and they make it a beautiful one. That is what is running today in a very successful way. So these things, they give us some outlook how we have to mix, how we have to retain identity, or how we have to dissolve and lose our identity. And finally, the goal is to give a good product. In all these cases, if you see, the final product is a very good one. They lose or they don't lose or they dissolve or they evolve. The ultimate goal is give a good product. That is what our idea should be. So if you see, why not you adopt this to our regular life in engineering field, especially when the expectations are changing, expectations are becoming too diverse. We cannot be able to bring it everything in one. So think of it. Why not a core engineer specialist? That means SME, acquire some application skills, and to some extent work like a first one super specialty. And why not an application engineer take some of the core engineering subjects and become like an all-in-one and do it on need basis, take the help of specialist. And in a business specialist, why not to identify and bring all of the members together and build a team and make it a big entity and grow big with the market, with the industry, or with the needs. So you can help in developing big things, whereas the other two, when they are working individually, they can serve the common needs of the society. So, in this case, what happens is there is no competition. You don't kill anybody, but everybody will grow and everybody will work with a spirit of improving and with a collaboration. This is what is required today in the society. You alone becoming great is okay, but it is not possible always, or you cannot retain it for sustained growth. So, join, collaborate, and work as a team with a common goal of serving the society. And the ultimate aim should be user centric way that only gives the joy for everyone. And wherever you are, whatever you are, please think whether it is an industry or individual, don't worry. You have to work with the market. You have to upgrade your skills, you have to update your skills, or you have to align with the right people, and you should work with the time, and you should not get into a blame mode. Every single thing is an opportunity. If you think like that, you will emerge into a beautiful world which everybody can happily work. So there is no subject or there is no application. It is all together like a human body or like in our house, a mother or a family, how they work. They all work together and they give joy to entire society. Now, if you see, though we have told it for the industry or groups or disciplines, this mixing and joining, it is very well useful for the regular thing in our life also. You will see in our life, we mix with friends, we join with different people in the company, in the family, or outside the family with neighbors or with friends. You can see everywhere we may not be mixing, with in a very, very dissolving way. But at least nowadays, in olden days, there used to be a lot of dissolving. You will see in the joint families, entire family dissolves into the big brother or family head. So they don't have any identity. They will lose their identity and they will work with family head. Later on, some joint families, some individual families and friends, different people, different society. So today, the most important thing to have a happy life is like Panchamritam. That means we all will have our own identities, but we all mix and we all join together. At times we dissolve, and at times we keep our identity awake. And ultimately, we all will make it a very successful relationship. So what happens is there'll be joy in the family, there'll be joy in the society, and you will feel in the entire village or city or the society, it should be like that Panchamritam type. That is, everybody will have their own identity, but the common purpose is everybody wants to live happily. So there will not be any issues. There will be amicable solutions. There will be joint works, and there will not be any fights. There will not be any conflicts. There will be agreements. So that is how the entire society is built. In the same way, if you give it to the industry or you give industries joint working to the society, that is where people will live happily, and that is what the society is required, society wanted, and that is how the economy will grow, the joy will grow, and it will grow in all the fields, whether it is a industrial field or a spiritual field or a trust or any social culture, everything will develop. This is how we have to mix, and hope we all will try to do this. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.